Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. So E3 is going on, and I thought I'd try a bit of a different style of video for what's next. As you can see here, I'm on YouTube. Skull and Bones E3 2017 multiplayer and PvP gameplay. So Skull and Bones got announced, and I thought it would be fun. Take a look at the gameplay and just me telling what I think about it. So without further ado, let's go. Looks good, it's pretty, that's sure. It's Loot Hunt 5v5 multiplayer combat, which...
Priscilla Shallows of Madagascar, located on the cusp of a bustling trade route, it is the perfect place for an ambush. Here is our gang of pirates, the Raiders, going head to head.
That's a weird lineup for ships, that's for sure. By the way, just so you all know, I've already seen this.
With a gang of rival players, the Cutthroats.
Why would they have the exact same lineup?
Victory goes
Whatever.
to the team with the most loot at the end of the hunt.
I do have to say that, yo, the game does look pretty. Oh wow. It's clear where they got their inspiration from. This definitely looks like Black Flag.
Knowing how to say
Which, if they had released this during Black Flag, when Black Flag was around, if they'd released this instead of Black Flag, I would have been interested.
with the wind.
Well, I'm still a bit interested, I'll admit. But you'll see later why it's only a bit.
Is a pirate's most precious skill. Use the wings to increase your speed or to position yourself for tactical advantage in battle.
At least they have wind in the game this time, which Black Wake, that's something you need. Naval Action already has that, so that's a cool aspect. That's something which was missing from Black Flag.
To reap the most rewards, it is best to split up, some going inland, others keeping to the open sea.
Wouldn't it always be best to gain the weather gauge? Okay, whatever you say, announcer. Ah, sea shanties. I do have to say, whatever you might say of the ship combat in Black Flag, oops, the sea shanties were great.
Each warship has unique strengths. The frigate's hull.
You heard that right, folks. He said that's a frigate. Does that look like a frigate to you? Just
Reinforced.
look at it. That's not a frigate, mate. That was definitely not a frigate. That was definitely a ship of the line, a 17th century ship of the line.
The brigantine is devastating up close, with a battering ram designed to break.
Battering ram. I know Black Flag had it, but come on. No ship at that time did ramming.
Any resistance. The sloop of war kills from afar, with its crippling long-ranged mortars and precise.
As if a mortar could hit a moving ship. In real world, that would never happen. But again, it was a thing in Black Flag.
Long 9 cannons.
Sail! Flying hostile colors! All sail! Ride the wind! All hands on deck! Position fixed!
Open fire!
Was that cannons? Really? Like, you just point and click? That kind of takes the fun out of it. It was pretty much instant as well. So there's no real skill in the firing and the timing of the firing. Like, all of the cannons just fired at once. It isn't like real world or in naval action. But whatever, it's a game. Sure. I'm not a fan of it though. Like, I like naval action. There's some delay and you have the front to rear fire. But, oh well, they can do what they want. Here comes the ramming. I do have to say though, it does look pretty. It certainly does.
Don't let bloodlust cloud your purpose. You're here for the loot, and so are your rivals.
Store the goods, then back to your stations.
The team that escapes with the most loot claims victory.
Damn
Searching
you.
for more targets on the horizon. Our sloop of war spots a rival pirate ship further inland.
This is where the PvP aspect comes in, I'm guessing. Are those rockets? Really? Really? Like, I'm pretty sure there were ships historically which had rockets, but it was not popular due to obvious reasons. Yeah, the firing looks to be pretty much instantly. The firing and aiming feels off. From someone that comes from naval action, the firing, the response and all of that just feels off. Oh, and the sound.
With its heavily reinforced hull, our frigate swoops in to save the day,
But
bearing the brunt of the damage.
Quote unquote frigate.
Another day, another victim!
Speed, Mr. Mercy! Vamos con todo!
Our gang of pirates is now taking aim at the frigate, and it will take team coordination to take her down.
Wait, is that multi-shot bow chasers? Yes.
Hold tight, lads! That ship's badly damaged!
They are killing! We can take their ship!
With the enemy ship's broadside now vulnerable, our frigate rushes in to board her.
No quarter!
Wait, is that it for the boarding? You board them and there's a little animation? I want to see health bar, so is there no crew counter? Like, hey?
Taste the blackened silver!
Fancy snorting some fish piss? We've got pirate hunters!
It's the rat fleet! Man over! Rockets away!
Alright, I forgot it has this weird rocket thing. And I also see the pirate hunters from Black Flag is back.
Pirate hunters have been sent in, signaling the end of the hunt. They target the pirates with the most stolen loot.
Time to make our escape, Captain, or we are good for the news!
They're firing mortars!
Full tilt, Silvo, full tilt!
The pirate hunter defenses are so strong that the only option is escape. The brigantine is sacrificing herself to buy time for the frigate, who carries the most loot.
That's gotta hurt.
Incoming fire!
The frigate now needs to make its escape through
Again, quote unquote frigate. Did they even have any historical advice on this game?
the reefs.
Captain, let's make for the reefs!
Successful pirates know when to run, with their hulls full and the wind at their backs.
Okay, we're ending the video here. Yeah, there's nothing else interesting. So, one thing I'll mention. It might have the hull of a 17th century ship of the line, not frigate announcer. But it has the sail plan of a more modern ship. So, now, while we're looking at this beautiful screenshot, and I have to say the game looks good. Visually, it looks good. The sounds, in my opinion, they aren't there. I like the sea shanties. But when it comes to the combat, well, first of all, Jesus, it's historically inaccurate. Which, if the combat is fun, I can give it a pass. Like, sure, it's you, Ubisoft, you can do what you want with your game. However, the combat didn't look interesting. It looked rather shallow, like you just point and shoot. It didn't feel like there was much strategy as well in the sailing. Like, I didn't see any health bar for the stern and the bow, and I didn't see any raking going on, so it feels like shooting down the sides is what counts. And also with that boarding, that wasn't boarding. You just lower someone's hull, you press board, and presto, you win. That feels a bit too shallow. Like, for how much we bash on naval action's boarding mechanics. And I agree, at the moment they're not great. But they're surely better than just a dumb little cutscene. Like, surely that's better. So I don't know what they did, and the cannon fire, it just felt off to me. The sound wasn't right to me, and the shooting just looked weird. The visuals of the game, otherwise, they're just great, but the cannon fire, meh. Rockets, no. Who would have used rockets at that time? You crazy? The mortars, too accurate. Like, they're just putting in variation with fantasy stuff, rather than making the ships sail different. Like, I don't even know if the ships sail different. If you looked at the first bit of the video, let's just mute the sound as well. Like, the ships look to be sailing the same speed as well. And, you know, a ship of the line would not be as fast as a brigantine, probably. So, you know, it seems like they're forcing variations through the weaponry, which I'm not a fan of. Like, they should force variation in ship handling as well. Granted, we didn't see too much in the gameplay, so I might have missed something in my quick look through. And yeah, they just, through fantasy weapons, they are trying to add variation and depth. But to me, the combat feels rather shallow compared to something like naval action. Granted, naval action is also a different kind of game, more realistic. But then again, the depth also makes it more fun to me. Of course, I don't think this game is targeting people like me. But yeah, like, A for effort, Ubisoft, at least you're trying. The execution, from what I've seen, I'm giving it an F. Like, I don't think this is going to be anywhere close to naval action in terms of how good and fun the combat is. And it's not just me shilling for naval action. Like, I think everybody agrees that if you look only at the combat, naval action has amazing combat. If you look at other things, well, you can discuss it, but I'm not here to discuss that. So, will I be buying this? Well, I'm a sucker for Age of Sail games, so probably. Let's be honest, probably. Will I get bored of this? Definitely. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this different kind of video. It'll be up ASAP. I hope you enjoyed watching. What do you guys think of Skull and Bones? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Tell me what you think. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and also do all the things like leave a like, subscribe, and all that. Bye.